Okay. Let's hope this works. Hi, everyone. Sorry, I'm trying to set my camera up so that it's steady throughout the reading. Hi, everyone. I'm Rita Chang-Eppig, and I am very excited to be here today as part of McSweeney's Issue 63 virtual reading series. For those of you who don't know, they've been doing this for about a year now, and it's a really great way to keep up with a bunch of new authors and well-established authors that are publishing their issues. There are many videos that are already available to McSweeney's. They're currently offering a 20% discount with the code woodcarving. So all one word, WOODCARVING. And yeah, thank you for coming today. I'm going to be reading an excerpt from my story in this issue, Ebbing's Curse Toccata. And all you really need to know about this, the setup is that the main character, Linus, has found a long-lost piece of music that is reputed to be cursed. And because this piece of music requires a very special instrument, he has moved to a part of the country where such an instrument exists. And it's in this old church. Right. Linus got off the bus and gaped at the massive structure before him. Built in imitation Romanesque style, the church crouched in wait, wide and heavy. Opening the wrought iron doors, he was momentarily stunned by a draft of hot air smelling of snuffed wicks and wood polish. "Hello?" he asked the space, trying to will his eyes to adjust to the darkness. He moved deeper into the building, gliding his left hand along the tops of the pews so as to not bump into what seemed to be an excess of statuary, even for a cathedral. Slowly, his eyes began to pick out the details in the nave. Tall pitchfork candelabras, green and white floor tiles laid in a vaguely reptilian pattern. What he had mistaken for statues turned out to be high-relief friezes depicting choirs of angels with hollow gray stairs. Late afternoon sun bled through ceiling windows tiny as thorn pricks. Yes, there, above him. Each rank of the gleaming organ arranged first by increasing and then by decreasing pipe length, rising and falling like a final silvery breath. "May I help you?" a voice said from behind Linus. Linus turned quickly, dizzying himself a little as he did so. Ever since the accident, his balance had been off. "Ah," he said to the dark-suited man. "I was wondering who I should talk to about the organ here. I'm an organist, and I'd like to offer my services to the church for free." "Is that so?" The man came closer. He was shorter than he had looked from a distance, with a sharp widow's peak that gave the impression of a single talon. His white collar suggested an affiliation with the cathedral. Linus handed him his resume, the paper trembling in his hand. "I think you'll see I've received the best musical education, and I have a lot of experiences playing for churches." He recited his proposal as he'd practiced it in the mirror. "Why here?" the man asked after glancing at the resume. "Pardon my curiosity. I am, of course, very grateful that you want to volunteer your time here, but surely there are plenty of places a young man with your skills could play." That question Linus hadn't prepared for. Feeling the seconds pass and cowed by the man's gaze, Linus opted for the truth. "I need a 7-octave organ for a piece I've been working on." "I see." The man began walking toward the back of the church, gesturing for Linus to follow. "I'm Reverend August Peters, the rector here," he said as the two of them climbed a creaky spiral staircase to the balcony overlooking the nave, the giant stone baptismal font bottomless in the low light. "The final decision lies with me. But first," they turned a corner and the massive wood console splayed its dark wings before Linus. "I want to hear you play." Carefully, Linus sat down on the bench. The console had seen better days. No one had cleaned it in months, if not years. The tobacco-stain-colored keys gnashed together crookedly. Remnants of oil and skin from previous players skunked the cracks. A few of the stops were so worn he couldn't read the names anymore. He would have to figure out which ones they were by ear. "What do you want me to play?" he asked. "The piece you've been working on," the rector said. "I don't have the score with me." "Whatever you remember is fine. I just want to get a sense of what kind of music might have possessed you to move hither from so far away." Sliding off his shoes, street shoes on well-maintained pedals were bad enough, and these pedals looked about ready to break off. Linus tested a few notes, his sock toes doing their best to grip onto the organs. Feeling suddenly self-conscious, he tested a few of the nameless stops. This one had to be Nocturne. That one, Voix Céleste. The anxiety dissipated as he played. Ask any musician and they'll tell you the anticipation is the worst part of a performance, the uncertainty of everything to come. The first half Linus had almost completely memorized. Up, up, lighter, faster. The E-line warbled thinly in the cavernous space. Now then, the second half. There was a run here, maybe, followed in quick succession by a fugal interlude, or was it the other way around? Sweat gathered along Linus's brow and above his lips, dripping onto the instrument as he muscled away at the pedals and manuals. His head ached. "You can stop there," the rector said, placing a warm hand on Linus's shoulder. "I'm sorry I don't remember the whole thing," Linus said. "Quite all right." The man seemed oddly pleased. His wide smile jarred with his overall pallor and sharp countenance. "It has been a long time since I last heard the song." "That's not possible," Linus said, too tired to get into the story of the toccata. "This piece is new. It's by a new composer." "Is that so?" The rector clapped loudly, startling Linus. "You'll have to fix up the organ yourself, of course. We lack the money to hire someone. The pipes like enough need cleaning. Other parts may need to be repaired for you to play the song as you should." They shook on this, a pact. Reverend Peters, call me August, he insisted, even went so far as to give Linus a copy of the keys. "Feel free to come practice whenever you wish," he said. "I verily believe the music finds the musician, and this music has clearly found something inside you. Who knows? You might be just the revelation this congregation needs." Okay. Thank you, everyone, for coming today. That's it. And just to remind everybody to please subscribe to McSweeney's. They're offering, again, a 20% discount with the code woodcarving. So thanks again, and I hope the rest of you have a great day.